Goes on. Look at that wall of beautiful Dr. Ray D'Angelo Harris. Oh my word. Dr. Ray. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome, happy. Good morn. Beep stream, what time is it where you are? Or have you only just woken up? Yeah, sounds alright. Well, Sydney, you need to be subscribed, my man. You need to be subscribed to be able to use that thingy, unless you've been away for too long, in which case you'll need to use your Yonko points to unlock them out. Oh, welcome back, though. It's been a while. I hope you're fine. I hope you're doing dandy. I hope you're something. And you hosted the stream. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. We are in a not-so-scary stream tonight. What does that mean? Well, we've been playing some spoopy games this Halloween, but we've also been playing some not-so-spoopy games. Last night we played one. We played What Remains of Edith Finch, which broke my goddamn heart from being so goddamn gorgeous. Matt Black, good day to you. We played that last night, and it broke me psychologically. It was beautiful, and I can't wait to replay it to complete all the trophies and absorb all the little details that I missed. Later this coming week, on Friday night, we are going to be playing Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which is just, again, not a horror game, but creepy. Yeah, there's number stations. Oh. Sure, I will sip like you read about, don't you worry. Good evening as well. So we'll be playing some of that on Friday. Monday night we're going to be playing some more Dead by Daylight live. So that's always fun because I'm getting the hang of it. I'm really enjoying it, and it freaks me the fuck out. And also, tomorrow, based on viewer votes today, during our Spidey stream, we're cracking into DC Supervillains Lego game tomorrow. So, bit of fun tomorrow. As for during the week stream next week, don't know what night it'll be yet. It'll be at some point, though. Probably not Wednesday. Probably won't be a Prime Party because I've got stuff to do. But tonight, we are cracking into a game that my gorgeous wife played on stream here years ago. Hence why it's 47% complete in the trophies. I ain't never touched this. I barely remember it. So, without a further ado, ooh, my phone is not showing up your comments. That's really weird. Without further ado, Ian's back on his tiramisu. And, someone just type in a comment? Any comment? Within reason. Oh, that's weird. My phone is not showing the comments. My phone is my second control deck. So that's slightly worrying. Let's see how it goes now. I'll type in one. See what happens. You can see that. You're back on there. Brilliant. Right. So tonight we're going to be playing Gone Home. This is going to be another, like, single setting kind of jobby, as far as I'm aware. We can do this within 2 and a bit hours. Gone Home. This is a not-so-scary, spoopy time. Basically, it's just atmospheric and creepy. You know what I'm saying? When you first saw the title, you thought I might be watching a Scooby-Doo film. No, sorry, Tom. Maybe another time. Like! Zoinks! Siltrox, you're always doomed with me around. How is the chat doing tonight? How are we all? We all good? We good? Good. Oh, that tastes nice. Oh, that tastes nice. So you can see the game, but little Giorgio's actually obstructing the screen for me slightly. There we go. You're going to run as fast as you can, because you're a gingerbread man. Stella. Drinking Stella in a Stella glass, so the only way you should really drink it, because you get all the bubbles in, it tastes quite nice. But yeah. And also, water on the side, because always be hydrated. Woke up at 7, went to the gym. Now you're watching a Lugaliente. Well, I aim to please. Let's do this. Will this break my mind like it did last time? Probably not. Starting a new game, we're overwrite existing save progress. That's fine. So, walk using left analog. Look around using right. Got you. Oh god, it's Life is Strange. Or Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series. One of which would be great. The other, no thank you. Ooh, loading like you read about in Loading Magazine. Yeah, plums. Did you have a pizza thingy? How was it? By Jiminy. Also, Chucky and Tiffany here watching over us, making sure everything's nice and safe. As is Giorgio. And the pumpkin is on the chair behind me because I couldn't find somewhere for it to balance. So there we are. That's a little update on the pumpkin situation. Let me know if the volume needs up or down.
Hi, Mom. So I got my
good.
ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
They said the title. Why would that be bad? That sounds delicious. The Flasher Gremlin doesn't have a name, actually. And they've not got their Flasher costume on because their arm's damaged. June 7th, 1995, 1:15 AM. We could speedrun this game immediately and get the speedrun trophy, but I'm not going to. Caitlin Greenbrier, Portland. So we've come from Portland. No, we've arrived in Portland. It's June the 6th, 1995. So we're Caitlin. Okay. Hold L2 or up to look closer. Grab the Christmas duck. Take house key. House key added to backpack. Oh. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it's impossible. Hang on. Press L1 to check the contents of the backpack. Oh! Okay, so here's our passport. Caitlin Greenbrier. Born on the 12th of December, 1973. So this is 75, so we're 22. Passport expires in 2004. We've got our boarding pass from Amsterdam to Portland. Transferring at Cincinnati. Mince! Hey, Toby! Hello, beautiful. You okay? Spare key that was hidden under the old Christmas duck. Okay. That's the front porch. And we've not found any journals yet. So, let's see what this letter says. I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it's impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want Mum and Dad, scratch, 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 anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. Okay. So we've got the key. We can open the door. Let's close the door, shall we? It's just polite, isn't it? Grab the tissue box. What is in here? Directions for work from new home. Travel time. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Okay. Turn on lamp. Oh wow, so we can have a proper rummage then. Right. Frontal. What's this? Read invoice. Wellspring Movers Incorporated. Harper Drive, Forest Groves is where we are now currently. From Terence Greenbrier. So is that like, that's a relative of ours then. Boxes the kitchen, master bed, child's bedroom, overweight library boxes, boxes office, television, 24-inch television, 14-inch continued unattached worksheets. Okay, so good couple grand spent on the moving bill.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. we moved into this house. I'm at a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal. Just like I was talking to you.
Okay. Is that the end of the diary entry? Author magazine! Stephen King! Alright, what, being interviewed, or... Okay, that's very strange. Rebecca... Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca is bloody here. Please shout and cheer for Rebecca. One of the OGs. Ladies and gentlemen. Quick fix. Put back. Okay, so we know there's plasters. Maybe that'll come into... Vax powder cleanser. Okay. Stephen King. Yeah, free Stephen King with every issue. Maybe. So what the hell is this? You're on your break at work? By Jove. Well, I appreciate greatly that you popped in. Bless your eyes. Janice Greenbrier. Senior Conservationist. Is that our mum? Goodfellow High School. Board game. Over the Alps. A novel travelling game for you to... Oh, some classic stains. God. Toby, do you remember when we used to have... I think they were Dad's. There were some board games at home that were in like that Chinese dresser that were always just a little bit sort of gross around the edge of the boxes. Mostly because they'd been in there for donkey's years. Grab skull. Hencho in Mexico. I know Grandad used to have a drafts board that like we used a lot when we were younger, and that was the same kind of thing. Regional track and field finals, April 1st, 1990. Girls 100-meter relay, first place, Jamie Blum, Carla Jones. Caitlin Greenbrier. Oh, so this is our trophy. Hey, first place for long jump. So we've got an athletics background. Illuminati confirmed. Let's see what we get. This game, well, we don't know yet. We've just arrived at... we've come home, it seems, to our family home. It's mostly packed up. Bit of a theme with these games. And no one's here as of yet. Dear... Dan? Hello, lovely Dale. Are you good at, what is it? Is it calligraphy? Were you good at handwriting? It's so good to hear from you again. All this new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember the little dorm room we shared freshman year when we were miserable, fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said I wanted a mansion. No, come here. You said you wanted a house in the woods. Look who got both. Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers. I'll play them. Seriously. Rebecca, thank you for the resub. Bless your eyes. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new vinyl siding? Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So how are the girls doing? Has Katie left on her big European adventure yet? Speaking of jealous, right back soon. I miss you, Rumi. Carol. So Jan is our mum, I guess, and Carol is her friend. Okay. Telephone directory. Okay, that's mostly... Can we open that? Yes, we can. Nothing of note. Oh god, we can open, like, everything. Oh, hello. The Bible. Can't believe been for 7 months. I just can't believe that, like, this stream, essentially, as a regular scheduled thing began 7 months ago. It's just very hard to... Oh, locked doors in the family home. Okie doke. Yeah, 7 months you'll never get back. Thanks, Ian. Oh, it's Stowmy. Worldwide timetable. Okay. Katie's departure. Oh, right. So the family were, like, waiting for me to get home. They knew what time I'd be coming home, so why is no one here? Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hang out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Okay. Here we go.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you?
Oh.
Really? I need to talk to you.
Is this Sam's friend? Hey, Richard. Are you playing spooky stuff?
Hi, Mom.
Yes
So
and
I can't wait
no.
to get home from
This
Europe.
isn't a horror
I get
game,
back
but it
on
is
June 6th,
eerie.
But it's a really late flight.
It's one of
because
our
that
not
was
so
the
scary
cheapest, so it gets
streams.
in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport, so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to.
It's about
Okay,
as scary
well,
as an episode of
love
Buffy,
you.
but it's
See
not
you
got
soon.
demons in
Bye.
it. Oh my god, Rebecca, they're on rotation, these guys. Okay. So one of Sam's friends really wanted to speak to Sam. I'm guessing Sam's our younger sister? Sam, Katie, Mom, and Dad. So Mom is Jan, there's Dad, who is Terry. That's Sam, our sister, and that's us, Katie. I'm leaving every possible lamp on. It's a dark, stormy night. Let's turn them lights on. Okay, so we can recap where we are. There's a radio in here somewhere. Okay. Welcome, new student. We hope that you are as excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so you can get right into the swing of things. I need to fix that, Rebecca. I need to make some more. I'll be honest, the time got away from me and I just didn't quite realise how long had passed. So I need to create some weird sub-badges, I think. I think they need to get stranger and stranger. One study folder with pockets for each of your 6 class periods. Crossed out. One line notebook per period, or one large notebook with 6 divided sections, crossed out. At least 6 pens, blue or black ink and 6 pencils, crossed out. 1 box of colour pens, crossed out. A standard combination lock for your assigned locker, crossed out. A nutritious lunch, or $2.50 for a lunch provided by the school cafeteria, crossed out. A positive attitude, crossed out. Thank you for the host, Richard. Please remember to get plenty of sleep the night before and be ready for the first bell to ring at 8 AM. See you soon, and again, welcome.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly
Everyone's
transformed
defensive.
into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty
Thanks for
hard
hosting,
for a
Rebecca.
rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House Girl. Great.
Psycho House Girl. Hi, Mum and Dad and Sam. Oh, this is from us. I'm in Paris. I've done many Parisian things, including eating le petit déjeuner and wearing a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'll bring you back something from the Shakespeare Book Company, since you are my favourite sister. Love you all, Katie. 1 Arbor Hill. Weird. So, like, they've been living in this house. They've moved in this house since you've been away, then. Pack of cards. What do we got? Keshi. Playing cards. Okay. Obituary. Oscar Doc Mason. Oscar Mason, 60, of Boone County, died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Mason was born on September the 8th, 1933, in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He attained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County to practice. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the centre of a community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. A service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 PM. All are welcome. His survivors include his nephew, Terence Greenbrier. Oh, right, so he's our dad's uncle. As well as in spirit, the people of Boone County to whom he provided wellness and comfort. Okay, so he's our great uncle? Is that us, or is that Sam? DeSoto. Creaky house. You've had it completely with the supernatural tonight. It's all kicked off here. The energy's swirling like hell. We've just had one of the tents of a psychotic episode and tried to break into and attack another tenant. Oh my gosh. God, I hope you're okay, Dale. Are you alright? Are you safe? Have you like spoken to the police? Are you what's going on? What's the crack? Hello, Gargantuan Apple. Not bad. Not bad at all. How are you doing? What is that? I've seen that in a few of the telephone directory. It looks like Cards Against Humanity. There's a combination there. I guess I'll have to find that out at some point. Back to basics. Sent back in time to Dallas, 1963. What if JFK wasn't JFK? Early space fight. Utopia, advanced technology, JFK, Chinese, Japanese, Lebanese. You can do better. Okay, so someone in the house is an author. It's either our mum or our dad. Who could it be? From the desk of Terence, so it's our dad. Our dad is an author. Grab a 3-ring binder. Alright, put it back. You're looking for a key for Doctor Who, The Edge of Time. Read crumpled pages, here we go. All hell breaks loose and people start moving in and people work on the flats. You're safe, just bloody terrified, and the energy's spiralling up again. Shite. Do what you need to do. To stay comfortable, even if that means hanging out with us and talking shite while we try and piece together whatever the hell the story is, then we're here for you. Some twats at work, but it's whatevs. Yeah, oh God, I know. Twats. I've been dealing with a lot of twats today, mostly in my DMs. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them. Pizza's in the oven for Jord, so... Whew. Hey, forget the people, Jord. There's pizza on the way. Delicious, tasty pizza. Hey Dale, if that helped. We'll join you next time. Is it bigger on the inside? Or is it just nice and cozy? John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, the stars, twinkling as if he were lying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts, even though that place was a million miles away. No, he blinked the sleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home. But the future needed him. That's what I'm saying, Gargantuan. Lucy played this years ago on stream, and I don't remember it too well. I just remember the atmosphere being really like, ooh, and it being one of those. It's kind of, it's not a horror game, but it's just a bit spooky, a bit eerie, and I'm up for that. We did that last night. We played, for the first time I ever played it, the What Remains of Edith Finch last night. Woo. Thanks, Gargantuan. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk, despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet, his bare feet. He stared for a moment, processing his sick-flecked toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fibre tunic, spelling error. Then fabric was strained at the seams to contain her generous bosom, was emblazoned with the phrase matter transference operator. Then he passed out. Irish Wild Time. God, I love Katie Manning. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages has passed before. So there's spelling errors, but now a man They needed him, now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear to what to procure, what to construct from it, how to assemble it. He made the machine, how to transport him bodily across time, and now he stood there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes, and of the vessel, because only he who had saved the president's life twice before could helm the naive crew to destiny, the fate of the galaxy. So, looks like he was getting a bit drunk on this one. It's full of booze. We had a guy with a megaphone refusing to leave the shops today. Oh, for Christ's sake. I think a lot of people deny the deaths because they don't want to feel like life is out of their control anymore. It's why they're like, don't wear masks, the government are trying to control you. They're doing it because they think that gives them a modicum of control, but it doesn't. It's an illusion. They say the rest of us who are actually taking precautions are living in an illusion. It's like, you guys are. You're creating a new way of thinking about basic science because you feel then you're in charge of it. It's a coping mechanism. I feel sorry for people who are that adamant about it. That people who genuinely can wear masks, who are refusing to do it and claiming it's all about control, because it's like, I feel bad for you. You're making up a new reality to try and cope with the fact that things aren't normal, but your coping mechanism is putting people's lives, including your own, in danger, and it's just reckless. Pioneer CLD D703 combination laserdisc compact disc player. Retail $999.99. Remote with backlight, double-sided player, headphones out, display up. I have a feeling there's a code on here somewhere that we might need to use. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular... So our father is an author. Things are going to shite. And he has is taken to writing like spec pieces for a tech company. Benjamin Ullman, The Killing of JFK, a theory. You've seen the movie, discover the truth. So this is what he's using for research, because he's writing a time travel story about JFK. JFK. The price of my words, not a price that you're willing to pay. You're right. Name of insured applicant, Terence Greenbrier. Electrical inspection form. So this is, property is here. Does the entire electrical system meet codes? Yes. Are there any deficiencies which need correcting? No. Unclear. If yes, describe in detail. Wiring in houses is technically up to safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added into structure over the last 100 years. System is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupts circuits wired directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floor and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, issues will not be addressed. So basically setting up the idea that the lights might turn off at some point. Okay. Okay. Oh, how so? Hey, Ketchup, don't you apologise for a damn thing. We're still quite early in and trying to figure out what's happening. Ketchup. So it's basically setting up the idea that at some point the lights are going to switch off. Okay. And it's an electrical fault triggered by standing on certain floorboards. A Stranger Under My Roof, the #1 best-selling advice book for parents of teens, and they used Comic Sans for the bio. Eliza Medina. So they're trying to understand, presumably, our younger sister Sam a bit better. Ah, there's a code there. Hey! Dear Terence. Hang on, what? Where is it at the moment? What date is it at the moment? We flew back on... Oh, so it's 1995 for us. June the 6th, 1995. And this letter's from last November. We've been on our trip of Europe. Dodgy wiring is just what you need on a dark and stormy night, ain't that true, Prown? Dear Terence, I don't know why they're British. Everyone's American in this game. Dear Terence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be writing this letter. I'd just be cutting you loose. There's tons of guys half your age who would take half your rate to write stuff I could actually use, but David's known you for a long time, and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity. Oh, you want me to read it as Stewie? I'll do the last bit as Stewie. We'll go for Series 1 Stewie with the lisp. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kurtwood, Reviews Editor, Home Theater Aficionado Magazine. Okay. 0451, remember that? 0451. 0451. 0451. Will Wheaton. 0451. True stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Readers, tell us about their worst moments. 90210. Does anybody still care? The male gaze. How to subvert it. Sarah Holst. Not gathering moss. Okay. Zero 0451. 0451. 0451. Open. Dear Mr. Mason. I'm reading it as James Mason. Dear Mr. Mason, please find enclosed your original document and a typed copy for your records. The notarized copy has been filed at our offices. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. Sincerely, Jeffrey Wise, Kubelik and Wise, attorneys at law. I'm not sure what that was. Will and Testament. I, Oscar Mason, possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this document my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. 1. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. 2. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name, to any creditors, living or dead. 3. I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed. Every item of value of which I may die possessed. Okay. Including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at Arbor Hill. Oh. Point 3 is the Fifth Doctor. Okay, I'll do the rest of it as Peter Davison. As the Fifth Doctor specifically. That's interesting. So is that this house? Did we get this house in a will? So the rest of it as this point as Peter Davison. Okay. As well as any and all personal property and moneyed accounts to my nephew, Terence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terence L. Greenbrier, Jr. should predecease me, then and in such event, the bequest to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children as ordered by age and competence as stewards of the estate. I subscribe my name to this will, this 13th day of August, 13th, America, what you like, 1973. Signed, Oscar Mason. Ooh. I can't really do a William Hartnell. I can give you a Richard Herndon. Oh, Jesus, maybe not. Okay, this is the will as handwritten. Okay. Happy to oblige. So that will must be important then. This house has been inherited in 1973. Oh, well, the will was written in 1973 by a man called Oscar Mason. Oscar my wiener. Thanks, Ketchup. I want to make it very clear that I am not mad at people who have respiratory issues or disabilities, hidden disabilities that mean they can't wear a mask. They are not the people I'm mad at. I'm mad at the people who are actively choosing not to wear them just cause. Or who push shitty conspiracy theories. Okay, torn up note, here we go. Hey, are you the new girl, Sam? I'm Tommy. Oh, this is the kid who apparently came back to the house to ask about Sam. I'm Tommy. I'm at the back. Behind you. Wave if you get this and write back. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Samantha, and yes, I'm new. What's up? Just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends, either. And so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind. Do you mind? Yes, no. No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family? Ooh. Oh. Thanks, Ketchup. If it helped anybody, then that's... Oh, Jesus, the TV's on. Then she ate him. Grab cassette. Insert tape. Girl Scout role model. Ah. The Accidental Savior. That's the book he wrote about Kennedy. Not November 23rd, 1963. John Russell knows that the president's life hangs in the balance, but who would believe him? Not just another James Bond, T. Wales. Mummy. A high-class political thriller. Nicholas Wolfe removed. Yeats cassette. Terry! Hey man, how have you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around, and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature, and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds, and then get paid! I've included some issues of the mag to use as examples. If you're interested, send some samples to my editor and tell them your old colleague... chum Mike sent you. Here's the address. David Wernick. So that's the letter from his dad's mate, and that was from 78. Ooh. Oh, so it's been like 15 years of him writing reviews instead of writing the books that he wants to write. Airplane and Moonraker. Beetlejuice and Robocop. Blade Runner, director's cut. X-Files episodes. JFK, so the film JFK. So obviously you watch that for research. The Andromeda Strain. The Time Machine. Clue. Cupid Stunt wrote it, and she did it in the best possible taste. Fantastic Voyage and Top Gun. Clash of the Titans. It's a decent selection of tape stuff. The X-Files Season 1. 2001 Space Odyssey. The Dark Crystal. Why would it tell us to crouch unless there's a reason for it? From David Wernick's office. Hi, Terry. Enclosed, please find Pioneer... Oh, no, hang on. This was the upbeat, snarky guy from before, wasn't it? Hi, Terry. Enclosed, please find a Pioneer CLD unit with remote cables. I need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get the copy for edit. Standard stuff like he gave us on the... It's a combi player, so check it. CD playback with a few discs, as well as laser disc, and they want us to definitely hit the signal-to-noise ratio and stuff for high-end buyers. Looking forward to your take on it. Enjoy the absolute unit. Okay. Well, the reason why they're all on the same tape, dear Prawn, is because they were just taping off the TV. She back in the day. Let's yeet that plate. Soda can. What a treat for everybody involved. Pizza. So someone has recently been here. It's not that long ago. Coaster. Put the coaster back. Oh, yeah. We don't need a coaster. It's Mum's old work mug. Tacoma County Forestry Service. Wait, is this a spin-off from Firewatch? We just didn't realize it. Steppenwolf. Bratmobile. Okay, these looks like these are some of Sam's things. So have they moved out? Or are they in the process of moving out? Why would it teach us to crouch unless that was something we had to do? Matches are empty. Okay, I'm just picking. We're just picking shit up. Da 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 da. Ketchup, I agree. Da da da. Shame it ain't gonna happen again anytime soon. The heaven at the end of the world story, the Turtle Peoples. This is written by young Sam. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever. Or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Hearst Island." The first mate said, "Looks like you thought too soon." The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out of the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise and your father were a lawyer." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed toward the sunset. Thank you. Okay. So our younger sister, and then they all went home for tea. Seems like our younger sister is very much not in a good place with her her mum and her dad, specifically her dad. Sam thought this might help. Dad, making friends. Oh. It's a piece of cake to make friends. Never worry again about having friends to spend time with. This book will teach you to make friends even when you're shy. So she's...
You know that feeling?
Her sister's become a bit of a recluse, and her dad's really worried about
her. They have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them. Well, there's this girl.
Sam's journal.
She's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk. But sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. And she's always drawing in this notebook. Looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Okay. Coupons. Okay, so they've been saving money where they can. United States Department of Agriculture, US Forestry Manual. So this will be our mums. God, there's so many places to explore. So that's unsold copies of Dad's book. There's quite a lot of them. A lot of records as well. Oh, we got a letter. Samantha, please give this to your mother. I'm liking it. The atmosphere is really interesting. It's absolutely just you're dropped into... It's like if you had Bernard's watch and you froze the world and then you just picked a random house, walked in it and tried to learn what you could just from looking at everything. Janice, that's her mum. Thank you for having Danny over to your new home. Daniel's the kid that Sam talked to on the note, right? He has missed having his friend Samantha in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, bless. And I gave my permission. He needs to spend time with those games, less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know that she is welcome back to our house to visit anytime. Sincerely, Mary. So this is the mum of the lad that Sam started hanging out with. Your next door neighbor is
kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore.
Sequel.
But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Okay, so... that second box was a sequel book. Presumably left completely alone. And also unsold. George's enjoying the pizza. Third tech guy bursting through the doors. Bursting with pizzazz and chutzpah. You've been bursting with chutzpah again. Can I pick up that pencil? No. World history. So someone's been studying. Read assignment. Name Samantha Greenbrier. So our younger sister's written this one. Da-da. You recognise her voice? Probably do. Directions below 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper. Write reproductive system worksheet 6 at the top. Then choose one of the 2 stories. Okay, so we've got one about the menstrual cycle. And one about the life of a sperm cell. I am produced in the testicles. I'm not going to read all these because there's a lot. And then she writes it up. Right, so the menstrual cycle. You've basically got to put the sentences in chronological order. Find a topic sentence to begin your paragraph. Put the sentence in chronological order and then, like, flesh it out. So here's what she's written for the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle. A novella. The early morning of September 1st, 1937, Essa Glatz stares out of the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wielem in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. This is brilliant. She's just going, yeah, sod that, I'm going to write a story. Esther's train approaches its destination. Her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Oh, enjoy your pizza while I read this. As Esther steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. Then, there, her dear Boris, still in the baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's coming from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station. A whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out toward her dear Boris across the crowd. Their eyes lock and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost instantly. In the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in her hometown are killed. The rest, including Essa and for a time Borislav, huddle in a half-destroyed church. He is blind. His legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets. Essa's egg will not be meeting a sperm. It dissolves. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Essa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. Essa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance, and as a daring spy and saboteur, another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. And then as you can see underneath, the teacher has written, "See me." Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. God damn it, this game's great. I'm enjoying it already. How about you guys?
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be through. Now that it's happened, I just can't.
Dad's second book, The Accidental Pariah.
I've done the best I could to keep from
Message from our future saved the president's life once, but within the next 24 hours there'll be another attempt and the lines of communication are down. A James Bond for today's audience. Compelling, a thriller worth its salt.
Voodoo, mildew, and shandu. I'm right here looking at you, honey. If it ain't me, it's my shadow.
You think I sent you far away?
I ain't been nowhere.
See, it's fine, but, like, this is also creepy enough already, because it's a big empty house. I'm reminding myself it's not, you know, really a real empty house. It's a video game, but still. 76, Dear Mr. Greenbrier, I write to inform you that, unfortunately, Mercury Books will be unable to publish your follow-up to The Accidental Pariah. Despite the low sales of The Accidental Saviour, we went ahead with publication of the second book in hopes of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first, and so our stewardship of the series must end here. It's been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you and John Russell the best in your future endeavours. Donald Phillips, publisher, Mercury Books. Irish whiskey. Frips. Vodka. Bring me a Russian vodka. Let's pick up these discarded shot glasses, shall we? Okay, so Dad came here to do a lot of drinking, it seems. Katie, please tell Mum and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Sam. Oh! Has that been left tonight? Hi, Lonnie. So if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet at the parking lot after 6. After 6, Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there. Then I'm going to kick your butt. Get ready. So this is Lonnie. This is the girl she was talking about, the punk girl. And down at the bottom of the page, Shoryuken. Oh, the J.J. Abrams show based on the Stephen King book.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Okay, the plot thickens. Let us see what else is going on in the world, eh? Oh, Third Tech Guy, thank you for the host. Bless you. Crumple paper, Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell Mum and Dad. The attic. Okay, so the house is how it is. Mum and Dad are away, and Sam has left it, and apparently taken something. And that door's locked, so we need to go and explore. That note said the attic, so I guess we're heading upstairs. So that's the living room. I have a feeling we'll be back there, because there's a VCR. Is there no door in here? No, I guess not. There's a VCR in there, and we're going to need to utilise that later. Find the vacuum. I wish there was one. Are you kidding me? Pack of cards again. Seems that all that stuff's mostly thematic. Thanks, Still Trucks. I hate it. I hate big American homes. I think they're horrible. They're tearing the wallpaper. I didn't spot it, Ian, if I'm honest. Sorry. That's a horrible sound. Notice of temporary personal transfer. Bruce Pendleton, head of personnel, State Forestry Service. To aid in the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedure is being transferred to the station in Flintlock National Forest effective. That'll be the 2nd of September 94. So this was last year. Please see attached personnel file. The overseeing officer at Flintlock Forestry Station, Senior Conservationist Janice Greenbrier, that's our mum, is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. The duration of transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as the recommendation of the overseeing officer. Okay. Don't pet the rabbit. Whatever you do. Start crying. Read personal calendar. Monday, couples bowling. Wednesday, cooking class. Take apron. Friday, ballroom dancing. Crossed out. Monday, couples bowling. Crossed out. Cooking class. Yes. Ballroom dancing. Crossed out. Again, cooking class the week after. Wednesday, cooking class. Ballroom dancing. Cook the big meal for Terry and Sam. Oh, so that's our mum's diary, and it looks like couples dancing. Couples bowling happened once. So her dad stopped going out on the couples' night. Same with ballroom dancing. She kept going to the cooking class. Bratmobiles. There's a homemade cassette case made by Sam.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this."
Well, this is Sam's room.
I haven't stopped
Surely.
playing it since.
Adventurous the cat. So there's a tape in here somewhere to listen to. Is that a magic eye picture? Can we all see the sailboat? Super Spitfire. Journey of Crystal. Got your number. Are you going to the dance with anyone? Who's got a crush on you? Okay. The King's Labyrinth. Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra. Oh, it's the same character from her stories when she was a kid. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth otherworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over the blue orb topping his royal sceptre. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from the rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention and then you—" But the first mate interrupted. "No, I'm smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invincible thread, of course. Allegra said, "Nothing, you idiot, because Allegra's dead. She's looked in my basement." Wait, hang on. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across at the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait, no! No! The singing stopped! The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage, much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running toward the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply. its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. I would love to catch up. So, as Dale has so eloquently put it, the captain absolutely has the gaze. And I think the characters have over time turned into Mitten. Okay. The characters have over time turned into stand-ins for her and Lonnie, who she absolutely has affection for. Cool folder, brah, but what is this? Another Holy Bible. Huh. Interesting. Oh, there's a combination here somewhere. This is the band she really likes. I haven't had that much to drink, Jodie Foster. How many fingers am I holding up? You better not have been reading my secret diary again, huh? Here you go, Mitten, have some pate. Gross. Okay, I can see what's going on here. I buy unbreakable thread at Poundland, she growled. X-Files fan confirmed. Grab Steggy? Steggy. Steggy! Kurt Cobain. Oh. The Brother 150. Of course, it's a Phaedrus. Uva 65. This is the one me and my dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? Someone swapped that with someone. Name, Samantha Greenbrier. Year 11, Teacher Fletcher, Period 5. Subject, Shop 1, Metalworking Engraving. C-. Not a challenging assignment. Metal plaque for family portrait, reasonable subject, but not complex. When I said that Mom and Dad should be replaced with parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable leveling on edges. Show more pride in work. That's the portrait downstairs. Groove. Exclusive. AIDS in Africa. Soul Asylum Live. Eddie Vedder. Weezer. Veruca Salt wants it now. I'm sure she does. She don't care how. Are we enjoying discovering this and having a little gander through? Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you. Mrs. Bladcock? She's highlighted English creative writing, and 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship. Okay, so even her teacher's like, Sam, you're a bit out of it, love. We need to get you focusing on something. What's the betting that Sam is just flat out distracted? Misfits. The Misfits. Very good. Where's the betting she's just flat out distracted by being in love? In which case, why must we? They're dancing in the clouds. Why must you be so cynical? Student name, Yolanda De Soto. Yolanda was the name on the... Oh, it's Lonnie. It's Lonnie. So this is about... It's a disciplinary referral for Lonnie. Mr. Benchley observed Mr. Soto wearing a t-shirt with an unacceptable image on the front. A large beer can labelled Pabst Blue Ribbon. Miss De Soto was sent to the guidance counsellor's office. Damn it, Dale. Mr. Soto was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, changing into a shirt from her gym locker, or be suspended for the rest of the day. Mr. Soto chose suspension. Her father was called out there, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Mr. Soto must return this form tomorrow. Signed by her father. I guess her father never signed it, and she threw it into the trash. Oh. I want to find this cassette.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck.
Hi, Lonnie. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beepers, but we're cooler than them. Guess what? They can't put this on a beeper, and it's a drawing of a funky motorcycling cat. Your drawing of cats was so good that I've added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. I like it. How did you know that they were about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also, like a secret shame as he watches 90210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. They said he doesn't have cats, and also that he's never watched 90210, but I could see in his eyes he was lying. It's a jam. It is a jam, but it's quite loud. So we need a combination for this locker. Oh. Chun-Li moves. Fireball. Lightning kick. So was there a voice? Not that I'm aware of. Good night, Gargantuan Apple. See you very soon. Kicky kick. Helicopter. Yep. Bit of Chun-Li cheat codes. Why not? Not that I'm aware of. It could have been. It literally could have been Lucy in the corridor talking to the cats. Oh, it's a backpack. So the purple pen seems to be Lonnie. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it. So either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. Now Mum's supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out on it probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I going to barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15 okay? Don't barf. Alright, see you then. Then she draws a puking burger. Because of course she draws a puking burger. So just to reiterate where we are in the house. Okay. So there's got to be a code for her locker combo somewhere. We've just not found it. Nail polish. Nailed it. Plasters. Toothpaste. Hang on. What was that? Lonnie rules. Oh, so Lonnie has been graffitiing our house. Tell him to behave. You're watching. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. It's hair dye. The code we found was for the locker downstairs.
Over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Young love, young love, young love. How's your hair going? My hair, it's long as balls, mate. Longest it's ever been. In my life, longest it's ever been. Right. Oh, well, there's a notice board here. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Sam, stop leaving every damn light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. They knew that players would do this. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbriar, am 17 years old, and am therefore an independent, fully functional human being. The fact you still forbid me from going into the city on my own, frankly, absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only three years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own, like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter, Samantha. Oh my goodness. Oh, the hair dye job. How is it? Did it turn out the appropriate color? Okay, so we know that all the drawers and everything have been ransacked. This is Sam, isn't it? Sam has buggered off out of the house, and before she's done it, she's raided stuff. That's why she wrote that note saying, please don't tell Mum and Dad what I've done, that it was me. What are we going to do? Say, oh, there was a burglar. Oh, condom in Mum and Dad's drawer. Didn't need that. Didn't need to see that. Sam's taking clothes. Yeah, there'll be no mirrors in the bathrooms, quite simply so that we don't, you know, have to, they don't have to, generate character models. Because as you probably noticed, there aren't many people in this. Grab postcards. This from us. Dear Mom, Dad, and Sam, I am in the Channel. This is my second passage through the Channel. I'm on my way back from London. It's a Channel. Why are you calling it Channel? This time going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the Channel. London was great. Dad, I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all. Katie. Oh, Channel Tunnel. The Channel. See, I've used it once, and yet didn't know that. Earth, Wind and Fire concert from 82. Nice. Statuette. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The Fugitive. All the President's Men. The President's neck is missing. What do we got down there? Gone with the Wind. Inside Edition. I guess Jeopardy. Jack Harv. Oh, these are the ones like when my dad's books were mentioned. The Sound of Music. Oh, Swiss Family Robinson. Okay. Sounds of the Lambs. Bridge over the River Kwai. Bridge on the River Kwai. Caddies. So she's really done a number on Mum and Dad's room. Why? What was she after? Is it like a key or something? Oh, that was us exhaling just then. Mitten. Oh, I did this picture when I was 5. Little Mitten. Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands, Rick. Okay. Very good hands, Rick. On LP, not SP. Oh, there we are, super young, with absolutely era-appropriate haircuts. It's also no way the Sound of Music could share a VHS. Walk-in closet. Watercolor technique. The florals and still lives. Oh, look, a ghost game. Escapes from Ghost Mansion. Remember we found that, actually. I'm remembering that from the first time I played. Well, Lucy played this. I just watched. Remember we were like, that is the clue that indicates that this is not a horror game. Because they're trying to give you those, like, huh? Why is Joe Grant on the left of the picture? Katie Manning can be anywhere she damn well pleases. Now that we have found a Walt Whitman book, is there going to be meth nearby? Whoa! After the honeymoon, rediscovering your spouse personally, spiritually, sexually. Oh, this is all. Oh, because the dad's so distant with his book, like I'm wanting to get back into writing. Mum feels like they're not talking anymore. Oh, the first doors we can't open. Interesting. Why would we look at someone's toothbrush? Who's left a toothbrush? Oh, nice! God, it's creaky, innit? Got some on the beam then. Ooh. Right. Oh, we have a note under a door. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. Okay, so this is the guest room, and this is where I was going to be staying when I got home. Okay. The TV's swearing at you. Bloody hell. Dale, stay safe. Check in with us tomorrow. From 1 PM if you can. Playing some DC Lego superheroes. Supervillains. Bit of Lego Darkseid there. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Underoos for Dale if you got him. Whip out your underoos. Good night, Squire. Composition book, Samantha Greenbrier. Ghost Hunter Journal. Sighting Journal. August 31st, 1994. Whip out your damn underoo crucifixes. We'll see you soon. Stay safe, Squire. We love you. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 1994. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said, hello? Do not investigate. Probably was the furnace. September 9th. Poured milk from the carton in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was bought just yesterday. My hair is getting in my eyes. God damn it. At the bottom of the sketch. Ghost milk. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the tea room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We build a protective pillow fort. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. So she thinks her Uncle Oscar is in the house. Enlisted, it was a couple nights. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remain unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic. Possibly leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite, due to, our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 AM. All in all, successful night. Oh, she's coming up with any excuse she can to have Lonnie stay at the house. Hey Sam, you're asking what my... I can't see what the thingy is, but ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. Orienteering, rifle team, adventure training. So if you didn't think I was cool before, now you do, Lonnie. And this is all our stuff. These are all our things. Since we moved out. There's the attic. Let's go in here first. Get a cassette player in here. Performance evaluation. Name, Richard Pettermack. Supervisor, Janice Greenbrier. Evaluation period, the 2nd of September 94 to the 1st of November 94. Exemplary in all. This is for Richard. Oh, this is our mum looking out over the new person who's going to take over her role. She's preparing to leave. Ranger Pettermack has been indispensable during the course of the described burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been a deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to this outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Mom was getting ready to leave. Halloween show. Don't forget your costume. The Misfits. They're awesome. Sterling Lounge. See you there.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just
Heavens
so
to Betsy, nothing can
loud
stop me.
and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
He saved from the raging flames, then things really heated up. Okay, so Mama was reading erotic fiction. Open up the sewing table. Amazing. That looks incredible. Heavens to Betsy, that's the cassette case. Healthy choices, skills for a healthful life. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library and I noticed something in the corner and found a secret passage and it hid Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh. Oh yeah, Trump's absolutely desperate. He really is. The sad thing is there are a lot of people who believe him. That's the upsetting thing. We've got to see this. We're skipping 6. It's the upstairs hall. Mum, Dad's room, bathroom, a closet. At the back of the closet there's a secret passage. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's like dressmaking stuff going on. Should we check out the attic first? Sam's dark room. Do not enter if the red lights are on. Well, it's locked. Should we go check out the secret passage? No worries, plums. Sweet plums. Sweet baby plums. We'll see you again soon. Stay safe. Good night, plums. Could say Joe, but I'm going to keep saying plums. Ah. Okay. Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie Secret House Investigation Log. Hidden compartments found 3. Library. Upstairs hall. Foyer. Evidence of the supernaturals. Discovered. 0. The search continues. Oh, catch Benian chatting away. Who else is about and here to play? Of course, there's a goddamn crucifix. And this bulb is blown. So where's the other passage? There's one to the basement. Right, so we're in Dad's office. So we need to go out, right, and left. Still tracks! Okay, so we can't go in that anyway. Okay. And it's suggesting that there's one here. I didn't get the locker, no, didn't find a code. 3 right 3 times, stop property of Sam, private. Okay, we need that, half of her locker combo. Heaven at the edge of the world. Oh, it's the same story she was writing when she was a kid, now it's a screenplay. Private, do not read. Still a book. Allegra and her scouting party peered down wearily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was just a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance, so the first mate is male. We have to hurry. Allegra's party followed behind, moving quietly as it breezed through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her sabre at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then, from the vat, something began to emerge. A head of the dark brown hair, just like the first mate's. Then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat, soaking wet, but as the figure stood and water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, well, look back at her with the eyes, the face, the hair and hands and body of a woman. Still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate. She spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra stared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." Right, so, when she was younger, the first mate was an allegory for her friend, what was it Daniel? And the older she got, it became Lonnie. Because she realised she was in love with Lonnie. Okay, so the other door's locked. Oh, there's a secret panel in Dad's office. Where though? Go back through the library. Now what's creepy is my wife is sneaking in. Oh, you're not coming in, boo? Loose panel.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her, my eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled.
Young love.
My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
No, this is creepy. There's the Ouija board. Yeah, screw that. Read the note. Hello. Hello, who are you? Oscar, what do you want? To come back. Oh, so that's our uncle. They think that the uncle's, like, returning from the deed. Lock a combo. Plot twist, this is all imaginary. 0501. Okay. Key. There's Lonnie.
Lonnie came over today. Everything was different. She was sitting at my desk
Stolen
chair.
clothes.
She wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
That's just damn wholesome. Now, which one's the basement? Back up by Dad's office. It's the other side of the house. Who's still digging this? Sealed bag of chips. Okay. Here we go. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours and close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. At the bottom, a fancy man. Quite. Dear Mrs. DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate, following the aforementioned meal with my parents. Your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again, sometime next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. Fantastic. S&L.
It's different now.
Not
I
S&L.
mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, you know, so you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know.
Oh, this is a
I mean,
plaque
I guess
about
that's
us.
the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
This is our sex ed assignment where we just did the one that our sister wrote an adventure about. We just did it straight and boring. It's getting more of our stuff. I guess this year-long trip meant that we were away for quite some time then. There's the furnace, the thing that creaks and makes noise according to the old story. Can't see what the book is. A course in practical pharmacy. Okay. Samantha Greenbrier. This is a letter for Samantha. It is a lovely warm voice, isn't it? From a Director of Admissions, Julie Morris. Dear Samantha, congratulations. I am pleased to inform you of your admission to the creative writing track of the Reed College Summer Programme for Young Scholars for its 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community based on your portfolio and academic record. I'm also pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer programme's tuition and fees. The attached documentation delineates your schedule, optional secondary track choices, and your dormitory assignment. I mean, I can't really say anything, Ketchup, but don't worry too much. Scariest thing that's going to happen is Lucy's going to try and sneak in at some point. Please remember to submit the attached form if you wish to be eligible for one of the 3 Reed full-time undergraduate scholarships to be awarded to exemplary students at the end of each summer programme. We very much look forward to your attendance. Again, congratulations on your admission. Best wishes from all of us at Reed College. So Samantha got into college.
Stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like,
Richard
you should come
Greenbrier
visit
is
me,
one of our
stay in my dorm room.
dead
But
relatives.
she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out?
Oh.
To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Hang on, Richard Greenbrier. Thank you for sending along with a copy of your newly published book. This is written to our dad. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognised my son in the subject matter. An author's work is the externalisation of that which he holds dear and that which he fears, and in this respect I believe your work was successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional Dei ex machina, so not Deus, but whatever. The great authors speak of their life's milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up the copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and encouragement, Richard Greenbrier. So Richard was our grandfather, and that picture of him has had the face torn out by our father in frustration, maybe? Mum's citizenship stuff, yeah. So Mum's not originally from America. From Canada. No, we have a couple offshoot rooms now. go into this one first. X-ray specs. It's like a drug. The first time was in my room in the middle of the night. I woke up and Lonnie was kissing me. The clock said 3:30. Okay, not reading more of that. Brilliant. From Yolanda to Samantha. So they kept in touch when she went to the army. Dear Sam. Today's Spanish lesson. X-Fly, Mosca, Sunbeam, Ray del Sol, your love to amor. I'm so happy you like the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico. I think, probably. The nature here is totally different than back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island, where even the plants are out to get them. And then I think of them together, out there in the wilderness, together. And I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and I can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job, okay? But I tried. Well. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the dark room. Lonnie. Bless. Girl Scout. The band formerly known as Cub Scout. Set list. Role model, authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first mate, self, Girl Scouts, denial. Oh, she's got a band.
Their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
Terry, age 12, Thanksgiving. So that's our dad. Okay. About an hour, if that. Actually, maybe less. Oh, save combination. We do not have one of those. Okay, we have a light that doesn't work. And we have a toy. Orders of month, toucan something. Not sure, but it's from 1923. So, it's been a while. So we have a safe in the basement. Mason's Pharmacy, okay. It's an old radiator, because it just lay on its arse. Postcard. Hey Sam, I'm writing to you from Multnomah Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I didn't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit. Here you come, Lonnie. So that was back from when they were
They
much
tell
younger.
you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay,
Oh,
a lot
jeez.
lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
So the parents haven't really twigged that they're a couple. Mason's Pharmacy changes hands. The shoppers of Main Street were surprised today at the announcement that Mason's Pharmacy would change ownership for the first time since it opened 10 years ago. So this is 65, so 55. Rumours swirled that the sudden sale of the pharmacy was transacted for a song. When asked about speculation that the deal had been signed for as little as $1, Mr. Samuel Onstein, Oscar Mason's longtime assistant, now proprietor of Mason's Pharmacy, told the register, "The specifics will remain between myself and Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason had taken sick and was unavailable for comment." Of course, Mr. Mason signed over the place, didn't he? Because he didn't have any kids. He signed it over. This bookcase has been ruddy moved. Does that go back down to the basement? Okay, so this will take us to the side of the house we've not gone into yet. Kicking against the... Yeah, okay. So it's a zine. Look, it's the captain and the first mate. Well, not from the story, but for the band. Kicking against the patriarchy. Women outlaws. This will show you who runs things around this joint.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Okay, so that note was talking about how Lonnie apparently defaced somebody's locker in retaliation for Sam's getting defaced. But because there was no proof that that person was even involved, Lonnie got suspended. That's a lie to Mum and Dad's situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody's moving together like one huge tide of sound. The Psycho House Girl. The coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing number one. Everybody in the hall thinking you don't know. They're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. Costumes. Skeletons and devils. Cheerleaders from the Smells Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. Okay. That's one when we came down, right? So... No, wait, hang on. This is up here. Okay. How we vibing? We all still cracking on? Froth, Tin Couture. Offer of promotion. Bruce Pendleton, head of personal state forestry service. Dear Head Conservation, Greenbriers. This is to our mum. Due to your exemplary management of the Flintlock prescribed burn operation last year, the service's need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director responsible for operations throughout northwestern Oregon. Your assistance would be... This is like earlier this year. Your assistance would be sought to fill your previous position on site at the Flintlock National Forest. Your new position would be at the Regional Management Building located Bullhorn Road, which would be much more convenient for your daily commute. Please respond as soon as possible regarding your decision. Very much looking forward to your reply. El Español. Someone's been learning Spanish. Hey Lonnie. Sorry my mum was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then she's home, she takes it out on you, like, because you're not a member of the family, she knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. That's okay, I know she's just jealous of our cool and free-willing lifestyles. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mum lives in Florida. You have to have a mum every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho-Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her external punishment in my mind. So you would rather live with your mom in Florida? Sorry, you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, hang on, let's go back this way first. Okay. Any hidden panels in this section of the house that we know about? No. But there is a note in the grate. Ticket stub. Earth, Wind and Fire, Civic Auditorium. Oh! That's the band that Mom and or Dad likes. That implies that one of them went to a gig. The skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico. It was like $3 American. I love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you, Lonnie. P.S. Treasure always. Will that be the skull that's on the shelf outside? Mom's purse. Forest Research and Education. Revision. Okay. Hi, Jan. I got 2 tickets to Earth, Wind, Fire on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. Her taste in music raised its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you might be interested in. More fun than clearing brush in the freezing rain, right? Rich, so that's her new co-worker. Oh, Mum's fallen out of love with the marriage, and she's spending more time with her new co-worker. One of my postcards. Here we go. Bloody hell. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. The vacation is weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all of the art, including the Sistine Chapel ceiling, and the sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. Mom, we'll have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have various relics, as in pieces of important dead people, so you should probably come too. Next up, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull. Probably. Love, Katie. God, no butts in heaven. Otherwise, some of these exist just to be like, yeah, it's a closet. Oh, Sam's still designing her zine. Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we are absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges. And from using your car for anything, except going to and from school. We understand what you're going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school. And clearly, once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course. This won't have to happen again, Dad. That's something really annoyed me. Like, when I was younger and dating, the whole thing of, like, don't close your bedroom door. It's like, why? Especially when you get to the age of sort of like 14, 15, 16. It's like, this is the age where you start to actually, you know, cuddle. And you start to blossom a little. It just seems weird. It's like parents going, well, I know what I was doing at that age. I don't want my kid doing that. It's like, well, you did it. Did you stop? Stupid. Disciplinary referral for Sam. Distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds. Phone call to the students' parents. Oh. So she's spending for taking the zine in.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight.
Obviously, if you have, like, suspicions of something untoward, like, you know, drug use, whatever, at a young age, like, sure.
When you were never going to need to have.
Cuddling? Like, come on.
I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like,
She-Ra, always a gay icon.
About you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy.
Oh, screw these parents.
That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
Yeah, but still. Oh, this is Carol. This is Mum's friend. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier, regional director. And I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call them back. But in the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with our favorite flannel-clad hunk. What a blast. But you sound like you're reading a lot into an innocent night out. You sure there's something there? You said he has an out-of-town girlfriend. You're sure they're not serious? Okay, so we have to figure out when we'll see each other next in person. Enough with the letters. I owe you a congratulatory margarita, boss lady. Soon. Carol. Don't know why I gave Carol those inflections, but I hope she enjoyed them, wherever she may be. Crumpled manuscript. The Accidental Warrior by Terrence. Don't give up on this, honey. Oh. So he started writing a book. And then he started writing a screenplay. Oh, he chucked it in. Oh my god, how big is this bastard house? Jesus H. Christ. No house needs to be this big. And the most annoying thing is, like, a lot of American households with conservative views, these kids still have to put up with that sort of stuff. It's gross. The Accidental Savior. Another unknown dimension literature discovery. John Ross knows the present life and the balance. Who would believe him? Is that the first book? Another pack of cards. Banana. I don't know if Samantha's coming back. I'm not quite sure. I think she's left home. That's why that note earlier on in the corridor was like, you know, don't tell Mum and Dad what I've done. It's like, oh. Sam's schedule, working at Crown Burger on Bethany. Okay, so they've got Sam's work schedule up on the fridge. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair request the honour of your presence at the marriage of their daughter, Helen Margaret, to Mr. Richard Morris Padamark. Sunday the 4th of this, that and the other, la la la. Is Richard the lad that our mum's getting friendly with at work? Oh, this looks like it's an old story.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. And for some reason, I almost believed him.
Sorry for the mute, I was just calling Lucy. Samantha and Daniel were in the woods one day. It was sunny and they were in a... something. On an adventure, I guess that's what that says. Yeah. It's actually really hard to read. It's a draft of one of their earlier stories from when she was a little cad. It's like the start of the captain and first mate stories. Yeah, like, I think Sam's absolutely raided the house for something or other before she left. Is there a light we're missing? No, it's just dark over here. Okay. June. Katie comes home this month. We'll call with expected date. They got that wrote down elsewhere. Can't make it. Send regrets to Rick's wedding. Anniversary trip. Oh, it's Rick now, is it? Charity work pickup. Sorry if it's giving you bad vibes, Cockle. Don't worry, we're all here. We're all here. Bruce Pendleton, head of personnel, security thingy. Dear Regional Conservation Director Greenbrier, having received your formal acceptance letter, I write to congratulate you on your new position as regional. So our mum took the job. Okay. Yeah, so the light's on. It's likely that Samantha properly gutted this out for whatever reason. She's planning a trip of some kind. Could have put it better myself. We are not as locked down now, and for that I am rather grateful. Can't interrupt with that note. Big American houses are so unnecessarily big, and I hate it. The president's neck is missing. Well, that's the accidental pariah. So there's a different cover for these. In fact, this is like a sci-fi publisher. Unknown Dimensions. This is as recently as this year. Thanks, Ian. I've really been enjoying them. First, let me say that I hope this missive finds you well. Hell, it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds, the men in black, or any other sort of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Oh, Ketchup, we love having you here. Unknown Dimensions is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the ahead of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out there. Mass market shunning visionary expression refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ or zombie-like timeless works such as N.N. Bestman's Message of the Snake Man, It's Inside Me, by Jens Keller, and Emil Krieger's oft-banned Venusian Flesh Traders. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sale in Long Branch, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just the kind of forgotten portal into the 20th century civilization's anxieties and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond and Harrison Ford might be the dick-swinging heroes that modern suburban America wants, but John Russell, mild-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work since you're... I'm just going to turn this down in my ears because that creaking is very loud. Since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago, we want you to supply a new forward for the books to appear in the brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimensions as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds. Contract to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with us on this weird odyssey. We look forward to embarking with you and to thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of an unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. Medish Kaczynski, publisher. Well, that's not bad. Like, his works have a new lease on life. He always kind of felt they were higher art than they were, but, like, at least there's somebody who's a fan of them who wants to, you know, publish them. Somebody who's like, yeah, I love your shit. It's great. Let's publish it. That's good. Oh. Is that Lonnie's hat?
I asked Lonnie what she had to do to get ready to ship out for basic training. She said, not a lot, really. You're not allowed to bring anything with you. You have no possessions, no contact with the outside world while you're in basic. You just train hard every day, and then you deploy from there. So, they'll just send her away. To who knows where. The other side of the country, the other side of the world. My mind, like, can't process it. She's really going to be gone. Just gone.
Okay. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary, June 3rd to 7th. We will be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on the way home. Sorry, the kitchen is mid-renovation. Never trust a contractor. $40 on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good. Okay, so the kitchen's in a state, not because it's been ransacked or anything, but because it's in mid-renovation. So what date did we come home? June 6th. Oh, so like they were going to be gone for me getting home then. They would be back the next day. Okay, so I guess we were meant to come back to Sam, who would explain everything. Sam Crownburger, ask me about clown combos. The secret hatch. Booted out. Girl Scout as going away show for Lonnie. All ages, last show ever.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
Wholesome sad. Let's get into the light. Can't bloody see it. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. I had a wonderful time on the beaches in Barcelona. Dad and Sam, I think you would like the Gaudi architecture. It's from a strange alien world. I'm headed for my final destination, Amsterdam. For how long? That depends. I'm running low on money. I'll look for a cheap standby ticket and let you know when I'm headed home. Sorry for the short notice. Can't wait to see you all again. Be good to be home. Love, Katie. So this was back in... Oh, the date's correct. It's a European date. Back in May. So I got back the next month. Home cook, risotto. Yes, we can with the risotto. Yeah, some of these rooms are literally just here to remind you that there are rooms, right? Laundry room. Laundry day. See you there. Under things. Tumbling. Wanna say. Love your hair. Here I go. Mumbling. With my freezer, I will stop. Our room's just to build the world. Oh, hello. The world. With my freezer, I will find the time to find the words to... Oh. Sam. I wish I knew how to explain it better. The army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's army friends are like family. I've always known it was where I'd end up. I never thought of it any other way. I wish things could be different. Maybe someday when I'm settled at a base and you're done with college and you're a famous writer and I can rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different. And we can be together. Until then, L. Oh, bless them. So it's looking likely that they're not going to be able to reunite. The Accidental Pariah. Okay, so he's been revisiting it and giving himself notes, or the publisher's been giving him notes. Strong Pines, a couples counselling retreat. Ah, so they've not gone camping, they've gone to couples therapy. The Accidental Human. Oh, yet another attempt. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies of the new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you said that Unknown Dimension isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I'm grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. My thanks and regards, Terrence L. Greenbrier. So he moved down here to complete an inspired third manuscript, but whether or not that company will actually be able to afford to publish a new book, Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved a president's life. He's practically forgotten the days of the future of danger and excitement, the days where he mattered. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him, and his handlers peer out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. The life you save this time will be your own. Okay. Where we'll do it, midnight, June 5th. Final preparations are complete. Secret door under stairs.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever. And we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off. Then ran up to the attic to look through our photos. To find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past. And there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too.
It's like someone just fell from the ceiling.
Exhausted.
Maybe it was just a
I must have
graphical
fallen
glitch.
asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
Okay. Let's get the key first, shall we? For the attic.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up.
Oh god, she tried to summon
Maybe
Oscar.
I'll go up to the attic and wait.
So she did a seance because it just made it feel like she and Lonnie were hanging out and they were kids again. Of course, the lightning gets louder now. What about the safe downstairs? Is it possible to complete the game without typing in a code for the safe? I guess so. Stay strong and kick ass.
Oh my god. Katie. I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
Read letters to Katie.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. and that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
Oh. Okay. Surprise, it was actually the story of your sister getting a happy ending. I just, out of curiosity, I just looked up the safe thing. Apparently there's a piece of paper we missed with a combo for the safe. 1963, and it's yeah, if you look it up, you open the safe and inside it is some medical supplies from the pharmacy, and Oscar, so their great uncle, so their dad's uncle. A note addressed to his sister begging for forgiveness for a transgression. Word of God says he abused his nephew. So basically, it seems like he was very abusive to their dad Terence when he was a young kid, which may have something to do with Terence's obsession with that year, which is also the code for the safe. 1963, 1963, the year of the Kennedy assassination. And the third book is about the main character going back in time to save himself. There was a lot in that, and we didn't even scratch the surface of it all. That was wonderful. That was really, really, really cool. I enjoyed playing that through. I vaguely recall some of it from when Lou played it, but that was great to do. Damn, I like that a lot. What's the time traveler 1963? Well, the story's about him going back and saving the president, but it looks likely, based on the evidence in the safe, that really what he wanted to do was go back to 63, which it seems to be the year his uncle possibly killed himself. Hence the note of forgiveness. Hence why they keep trying to do a seance. He wants to go back to 63 because 63 was the year something horrible happened to him. And he wanted to stop it ever happening. But of course in 63 Kennedy was assassinated, so the novels are about someone going back in time and stopping the Kennedy assassination. Let's see. So the trophies Lucy managed to get on her first playthrough are guess the combination to Oscar's safe before finding the code, because it's a 4 combination, 1963. So Lucy did it. Complete the game. Returned Christmas duck to its rightful place. There's a duck model in a Christmas nest, remember. Found Mitten's secret diary. It's the cat's secret diary. Turn on every faucet in the house at once. So Lucy had a go at getting some of the trophies. And open the secret bookshelf in the guest room from the outside. Now, there is a very special trophy here. So you have to, one of them is activate all commentary nodes with the developer commentary modifier enabled. We've not done that, but that'll be a replay. Completed the game having found all 24 journal entries with no modifiers enabled in less than 10 minutes. From new game in a single session only. Wow. So there's a 10-minute speed run to find all the journals. Completed the game having found all 23 of Sam's journal entries, so we missed a couple. Yeah? But this is the interesting one. Home runner. Complete the game in less than a minute with no modifiers enabled. So I could resume and just go exploring the house. Which means that there's diary entries I could find. And there's a minute speed run. Maybe we'll attempt the minute-long speed run on stream at some point. Who knows?
Katie, I'm so sorry. That I can't be there to see you in person. That I can't tell you all this myself.
But I'd want to get everything,
But I hope this
so I shall use the resume to go in and complete. I'll use the resume to go in to get the missing journal entry and get that done and get that trophy in my own time. So I have to Google which entry is missing. But yes, complete the game in a minute can be done, and I've seen Lucy do it on her save file, on her PlayStation profile. The way to complete the game in 1 minute, are you ready for this? You ready? Is the moment you start the game, go to the cabinet at the left, open it up, move that duck, get the key for the front door. Go in through the front door, immediately go right of the stairs to the secret room that we just went in toward the end. Open it, get the loft key, go upstairs. Now, without turning any lights on to delay time, you'll have to remember what the route is to the basement, which, if I remember correctly, was like, get up and you go right, left, left. I think it was right, left, left. Open the loft, go up, leg it to that book. That's how you complete it in a minute. Or less than a minute. The quickest time I've seen recorded on Google is like 47 seconds. You've got to be precise. Yeah, I want to have a little look up a little about this game, see if there's any extra trivia that's worth thinking into. First-person exploration game. Set in the year 1995, Gone Home puts the player in the role of a young woman returning from overseas to her rural Oregon family home to find her family currently absent and the house empty, leaving her to piece together recent events. Gone Home does not feature much interactivity, but instead has the player explore the house at their own pace and determine what has transpired by examining items, journals, and other items left around the various rooms. Hey Michael, we're just wrapping up. Hope you're okay. How you doing? So yeah, let's have a little look. Yeah, so here's the optional stuff, some of which we didn't find. Optionally, Katie can find various other clues that provide information on additional events that happened during the time. It is implied... sorry, Michael, no worries. But I'm back tomorrow at 1 PM UK time. So, 12 and a half hours from now, we're going to be playing another game. So, don't you worry, I'll be back soon. It's implied Janice was beginning to have romantic feelings towards a subordinate, and that Terry was berated by his father via letter about his failed writing work, as well as Sam and Lonnie's suspicion the house was haunted by the deceased Oscar Mason, Terry's uncle and former owner of the house. It is also implied that Terry's decision to write about a character travelling back in time to 1963 to stop the Kennedy assassination may have been influenced by his own abuse by Masan, which either occurred or ended in 1963 when he was 13 years old. So that's why he's got an obsession with travelling back to that year to stop a bad event. Oh, that's kind of cool. So Gone Home most recently was released for the Nintendo Switch in 2018 through support of publisher Annapurna Interactive. The Switch version includes licensed Super Nintendo Entertainment System cartridges on the in-game objects. So the cartridges we found on the Switch, when you play it on Switch, they're actual Nintendo games. That's very cool. There's also a vinyl record release of the game's soundtrack out in 2019 for its 5th anniversary. I really enjoyed playing that. How about the regulars who were tuning in for something not so spoopy? Because I really dug that. It was atmospheric. It was a little bit on the creepy side. It got pretty creepy at one point. And then it just kind of was just wholesome as fuck by the end. Like, really sweet. If you want to see me play another game akin to this one, another one that is like, oh god, this is really eerie and creepy, but ultimately is not a horror game, then make sure to tune in on Friday at 9:30 PM, roughly when Matt finishes Big Damn Stream. Because on Friday we're going to be playing Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which is also that kind of like, what the hell's happening? If you want a spooky game, on Monday we're playing Dead by Daylight. It's tense more than spooky in it. And then starting next weekend and the week after, as it will be the proper last week of October, we're going to play some scary shit. we're going to play some real scary shit next week, including revisiting the game that started this stream channel 5 years ago, Alien Isolation. So get your fill of not-so-scaries this week, boys and ghouls, because next week... I'm challenging myself because I'm shit at horror games. We could dip into the Resident Evil remake. I have the remake of the first one, but that's not on my docket. If you like story-based horror games where your choices determine what happens, I need to get some more trophies on Until Dawn. So, just saying. Yeah, I'm just trying to get them on call. Thank you so much, Jord and Ketchup and Prawn and Ian, who've been watching for a big old chunk of the night, and also to Lovely Dale, Rebecca for popping in. Who else came in on this stream? Siltrox with the host and the support. Yeah, it's been a long one. Thank you for joining me. Yet again, another complete playthrough of a walkthrough. I'm happy with that. Love you all to bits. If you're watching this in the future on YouTube or on Twitch on repeat, hi, you could catch us live. All you got to do is drop us a follow, and we'd love to have you. I am back tomorrow, live peeps at 1 PM for DC Lego Supervillains. And as for tonight, if you're looking for something lovely to pass your time, I'll join you for 10-15 minutes. We'll hand you over to Cactus Snacks. You're all great. I'll see you subscribers on the Discord, and I'll catch the rest of you tomorrow from 1 PM. Ta-ra!